Okay, so I think, guys, we can start with the session. So please do let me know if you can hear me. Am I audible to everyone? I think I'm visible and audible. So may I know in the chat? Please write it down in the chat if I am audible, visible to all of you. Let me show you this data loader. There it is. Okay, so fine. Let's start with the session. So yeah, good afternoon to all of you. Good afternoon, Anurag. Yeah, so let's start. Let's begin with the session. So first of all, guys, let me give you the quick overview that whatever we have covered so far, because today I think I will conclude this thing. I will conclude this series, or maybe tomorrow, right? So we'll see. Whatever thing I have planned, according to that, like I'm able to complete each and everything or not. So based on that only, I will conclude this particular series, and then from next week onwards, we'll be starting one more project. The project, it will be completely based on a NLP, natural language processing. So this project was based on the CNN. It was based on the like image data. Now the next project, which we will take, right? So that in that project, basically, we are going to take a different type of data, and we'll try to solve one NLP type of use case. So here, what all thing I have covered so far. So first of all, let me give you the quick recap. So in the previous class, I shown you the deployment. I shown you the CI/CD deployment. If you haven't checked, guys, you can go and check with this video. Now before that, you will find out the like evaluation and the like deployment and all. So and before that, you can see the training, right? So I'm going in a sequence only, and here somewhere I have included the band2ML and all. So I given you that code as well. So each and everything I try to include in this particular project, and everything I did in a live class itself. And if you want to get this project, the project which I have implemented here in this series, so where you will find out, tell me, you will find out inside the resource section. So we have already updated it inside the resource section. Now where you will get this dashboard. So this dashboard, actually, it is available over the iNeuron website. Just go and check with the description, right? So just go and check the description, and check the description of this video, or any sort of a video, right? Whatever is there inside the playlist. After that, what you need to do, so here, once you will go and check with the description, so just click on this one, just click on this course link. Once you will click on this course link, now directly you will get this dashboard. Now here, if you haven't enrolled so far, so please try to enroll yourself, and then you can access this dashboard, you can access this course. Getting my point? So I hope this thing is clear. Now let's begin with today's agenda. So first of all, let me show you the project that where I kept my project. So the project, basically, it is available inside the resource section, and I already kept in my GitHub. So once you will click on the resource section, now, so once you will click on the resource, so directly you will redirecting to the you will be redirecting to the my GitHub only. So here is my GitHub, and I kept my project over here. I'm entering the GitHub. So here you will find out all the files and folder related to this particular project. And from here itself, from the GitHub only, we are going to deploy it. So we'll see the deployment pipeline, even though I've shown you in my previous class, but I was facing some sort of a issue because there was some typo and all in the workflow. And because of that, it was not able to recognize my repository. But I have rectified that. Now, don't worry. Each and everything I already define, I already like explain. I just need to give you the quick walkthrough, and then I will show you that how you can write a various test cases also. So I will talk about the pi test, unit test, right? So there are the different type of module. By using this module, okay, by using this particular module, you can write the different test cases as well. So in my previous project also, I explained you so many things, guys, but in every project I cannot include the same thing again and again. So better if you can take reference from that previous project and you can integrate over here. Getting my point what I'm saying here? So just go and check with the iNeuron YouTube playlist, and here in the iNeuron YouTube playlist, just go and check with the MLOps Foundation series. So here in the live section itself, sorry, here in the playlist basically, so we have created one more playlist for you, and this was the like live video only. So in the live class itself, I have covered everything. In the live section also, you will find out all the recordings. But here we have created a separate playlist. If you are not able to find out inside the live section because there are so many things which is going on with respect to the different thing here, just go and check with the live session. So we are like talking about the AWS, and this we are talking about the like data structure and algorithm. So Vikas is taking for the AWS, right? So he's trying to cover each and everything with respect to the AWS. Okay, so different certification is there now, like solution architect or like sysops or this DevOps and all, right? So each and everything, or like the beginner one is a solution architect. So each and everything actually we are trying to cover over here in the live session itself. And here actually we have started with a DSA. So Puneet is taking those DSA classes, and it's going to be a very amazing. He is providing you very refined content, and definitely it will be a required whenever you are going for an interview. So they can ask you some like DSA related question. They can give you some sort of a problem, or if you are going any product based company, so definitely the code base basically there you will find out they are heavily using this DSA concept. So you should have a grip on a DSA if you want to work as a developer, whether it's a web developer, AI developer, ML developer, anything. Got it? Now the next one is machine learning. So if you want to learn machine learning, so here Mayank is teaching you that. So he is covering everything from basics. You can join the Mayank session, and here also we have created a separate playlist for the machine learning as well. Now please go and check, and here also we are covering everything from scratch. So if you want, so let's say if you are a beginner, you just started with the data science, or maybe you started with the latest thing like generative AI and all, and if you want to learn about the machine learning, and you are finding out the tutorial that okay, someone can teach me the machine learning from basic to advanced, or in the free of cost. So here is a playlist. So we just a few days back only we have started. I think 7 to 8 lecture you will find out here inside this particular playlist. Okay, then it's my playlist. So yeah, already I have completed one project in the community session itself. So now it's a second one, and it is related to deep learning. Now we are planning for one more project, and that is going to be based for the on the NLP. So let's start, guys. So first of all, I hope you got to know the point. So here is my project, and let me give you this GitHub link so that you can also download inside your system. So tell me, guys, everything is clear, everything is fine. If you are watching to me, then please write it down in the chat. Wait, guys, I'm giving you this GitHub repo so that you can also run it along with me if you are doing that. Okay, so I given you both link. So in the first one, you will find out this particular project, and in the second one, so the same thing actually I was doing with the Bento ML. But as I told you that Bento ML was having some issue with their package itself. So please try to check with that session. Automatically you will get it. And I shown you that how to raise the issues and all if you are facing like any type of issue with the open source package. So if you will look into that session now, if you will like go and check with that session, automatically you will get it. Now what we are doing here, so just a second guys. Okay, so what we are doing here, so let's try to understand the deployment pipeline. Let's try to revise it, and then finally I will show you that whether my application is running or not after the deployment. So here I already deployed in my previous class. I did each and everything and I deployed, but don't worry. Let me give you the quick overview of it. Let me give you the quick revision, and then I will start with the new component. So first of all, let me show you my instance. So here is my instance guys, this one. This is my instance, and here you can see my instance is up and running, this one. Now here in the previous class actually I've created this instance. So this was my instance which I've created. Now yes, I can terminate it because in today's session means like today actually I created the new one, because yesterday I was facing some sort of a issue with respect to the configuration. I missed couple of line, but yeah, today actually it is working fine. So let me show you. First of all, what I can do, I can terminate the previous instance. So here is what, here is my previous instance. And for terminating the instance, there is very simple step. So you just need to select it and then click on this instant state, so that you can terminate it, stop it, or reboot it, anything you can do here. So here what I'm doing guys, tell me. Here I'm going to stop it. So here I'm stopping my instance, and yes, you can see now it will stop. That's it. Now let me show you the instance. So here is my instance guys. Now tell me which instance I selected. I selected the Ubuntu instance, right? I selected the Ubuntu machine. Now here actually you can see. So here this is what, this is my public IP. Now once I will copy this IP, and here I will paste it, this one, in my browser, and then I will write this 8501. 8501 is a by default port for the Streamlit. So here what I'm writing, tell me. Here I'm writing 8501. Okay, along with the IP we are mapping this particular port. Now once I will hit the enter, so here you will see that my app is running. So here my application is running. Now you can see this is not my local host, it's a public IP. It's a public IP. I hope you are able to see that. Now what I will do, so first of all let me zoom in. So here you will find out that this is the application which is running. Now I can provide any sort of a image, right? Not any image basically. So it's a CNN classifier based on a specific classes. So what was the class, tell me? The classes was related to the disease, right? So whether the person is a normal or whether the person is having pneumonia. So the images basically, it was the x-ray images. I can provide the image over here, and I can classify that whether the person is having disease or the person is normal. Now what I will do here, I will pass the image. Just wait, let me pass the image over here. So here I'm selecting this particular image. Now once I will pass this image guys, so here you can see my image is getting loaded, and then it will do the prediction. Now where I kept my model, so my model actually it is available inside the local workspace only, okay, inside the current directory only. But I kept one version of the model on my S3 as well. I pushed it over there, so from there also I can get it. Right here actually what I did, I created a Docker, and then I directly deploy this Docker image, and that Docker image actually I'm running inside the container. So here everything is working in the form of Docker image. But yeah, just for the just for saving the model, actually I kept it in my S3. If you want to read it from there, I can do that also. But in the Docker image, while I'm creating a Docker image from the application, in that we'll have to configure some sort of a setting, right? So we'll have to like install the AWS CLI and all, and then we'll have to provide the permissions, and then we'll have to map the volumes, mean from S3 to this particular container. Okay, those thing I will have to do it over here. So yes, if you want to like directly read the model from the S3, that is also possible. You can take that thing as a task and you can perform it. Now the next thing is what? So first of all, let me revise this pipeline to all of you, that what I was doing here. and then I will come to the next part. So let's try to revise the thing. So what I was doing, guys, step by step, I will tell you. So here I can write those things on my blackboard. Just a second. So what I'm doing here, so I'm just revising the pipeline, nothing else. So the very first thing is the source code. So here what I'm doing, guys, tell me, I'm writing my source. I have my source code. Now from the source code, you know what I'm doing? So here I'm writing my Docker file, right? So here inside the source code itself, I'm writing my Docker file. By using this Docker file, what I'm doing, I'm creating a Docker image. So here what I'm doing, I'm creating a Docker image. After creating a Docker image, what I'm doing, I'm pushing to the Docker hub. Okay. What I'm doing here, I'm pushing to the Docker hub. So fourth step is nothing, it's a Docker hub. So I'm pushing to this Docker hub. Okay. So it is Docker, not Docker, Docker. Where I'm pushing, tell me, I'm pushing to the Docker hub. Then what I'm doing, I'm creating an instance on my EC2. So here I'm using the EC2 instance. The instance is AW. I'm using on top of the AWS. I'm creating a EC2 instance. After that, what I'm doing here, tell me. So here I'm installing the Docker. Okay, installing the Docker. Where I'm installing the Docker on top of the EC2 instance. Okay, installing the Docker on EC2 on top of the EC2 instance. Okay, installing Docker on EC2 and running the image and running image. So this is my core step which I am running. This is my 5 to 6. Now here, this each and everything actually I am doing not like manually. Each and everything is happening. So what I can do, let me show you that also. So each and everything is happening in a sequence itself, and for that, what I'm doing, I'm writing a workflow. So here I'm writing a workflow, and where I'm writing this workflow, tell me. So here I'm writing this workflow. I've created a specific folder for it. The folder name is what? GitHub workflow, and here my file name is main.yaml. So in this particular file, you know what I'm doing? In this main.yaml, I'm creating a workflow here. So but actually we are keeping this particular code, this source code. We are pushing this particular source code to my central repository, and my central repository name is what? My central repository name is GitHub. I am pushing my code to the GitHub. Okay, I have my source code, and that source code basically where I'm pushing, tell me, I'm pushing to the GitHub. Got it? Now here actually on top of the GitHub, right? So here in the GitHub actually, it is providing me a service that is called GitHub Action. So this GitHub, it will provide to me a service. The service is nothing, that is called GitHub Action, and this GitHub Action will provide you the server. Okay, server is nothing, actually it's a machine only. So server, so it will provide you the different type of server. It will provide you the Windows server, it will provide you the Linux, it will provide you the Mac. Okay, different server actually it will provide to you, Windows, Linux, Mac. So here we are using the Linux. Now whenever so here actually what we are doing by using this workflow, we are achieving this CI, CD and CD. Okay, now what is the meaning of this CD? So the CD actually it is representing continuous delivery, right? So what is happening over here, we are integrating we are integrating this source code. We are keeping the source code, or we are pushing this source code to the GitHub. Okay, now here when I'm pushing it, so on top of the GitHub server actually, while I'm pushing it now, at that particular time, I can run my test cases and all, I can check while I'm doing a continuous integration at that time only. Then we are doing a cd. For the cd also, I have written a workflow inside this YAML. I have written a workflow inside this YAML, and in this cd actually we are pushing, right? What we are doing, we are pushing the image, where we are pushing to the good Docker hub. So here, actually in the CI, we are this for the testing, right? So while we are doing a CI, continuous integration, so I can write the multiple test cases over here, and I can test my code. Okay, so this here, this is called, so different type of testing I can perform here: unit testing or integrated testing. Okay, different type of testing. If I'm able to pass this testing, then only I will perform this CD. That condition also I can put it over there. And if I'm able to do this CD, then I will like deploy my code. This third CD, actually it's nothing, it's a deployment. So here what I can do, I can write the deploy. So this is nothing, continuous this is continuous deployment. And this is what, this is the continuous delivery. Okay, so here is what, here is a continuous deployment. And let me write here continuous deployment. And this was the continuous delivery. The second CD was the continuous delivery. Getting my point? So I hope this thing is clear to all of you. So what is happening again, let me summarize this thing. So first, guys, uh just a second. So first, what we are doing, see, my code is available over the my code is available in my local system, right? So here the code is available in my local system. Then from here, what I'm doing, I am pushing to my GitHub. So here I'm pushing to my GitHub. Now this GitHub, actually it will provide you the server. Okay, it will provide you the server. That server name is called GitHub Action. I'm just summarizing the thing whatever I've written in my previous page. So here is what, this is the thing, this is my GitHub Action. After that, what I will do, so it will provide you the server, the server which we are using. The server name is Linux here. So here what we are doing now, GitHub Action. So what I will do here, while I'm pushing the code, so I can so this thing, this stage is called continuous integration. So here at this time, what I can do, I can write a multiple test cases and all, and I can execute it. Okay, unit test case, integration test case and all. Then what I will do from this GitHub Action, so on top of this GitHub Action, actually I will create and build the image, right? And then I will push it to the next one. So here I'm going to push it to my Docker hub, this particular image from here, from Docker hub. So here is my image where I'm pushing it to my Docker hub. Okay, so I'm pushing pushing my image to my Docker hub. Now this stage, actually, which is called continuous delivery. So this stage is called, tell me guys, what is this? This stage is called continuous delivery. We are delivering our entire code. Okay, we are delivering our entire code from here in my local system. The source code is available. Source code. Source code means my actual code. Okay, so my entire code is available over here in my system. Then what I will do here, this is called continuous delivery. Continuous delivery. Okay, continuous delivery. Then what I will do after this one, tell me. So I will from the Docker hub, I will fetch this particular image, and I will deploy it to the EC2 instance, AWS EC2 instance. I will deploy it to the AWS EC2 instance. So here, guys, what I will do, again, this stage, actually this stage is called continuous deployment. Continuous deployment, right? So continuous deployment. Okay, so we have continuous deployment, we have continuous delivery, and we have continuous integration. Now see, here actually this is my registry. So here what I can do, I can write the registry. So this is going to my registry. Okay, registry. And this is going to be my cloud server. This is going to be my cloud server. So cloud server, this one. Getting my point? So this is going to my cloud server. This is going to my registry, and this is the GitHub Action. Means like it's a server which is being provided by this GitHub, and here is my local system. So for automating this entire thing, actually I am writing a workflow. So here for automating this each and everything, I am writing a workflow. So I think I shown you the workflow in my previous session. What is this workflow? So here in the workflow, actually, each and everything I'm writing in one file. The file name is main.yaml. And whenever I am pushing my code, whenever we are pushing the code to the GitHub from local, right? Whenever we are pushing the code from my local to my GitHub, so automatically this workflow is going to be trigger. Automatically this workflow is going to be trigger, and this pipeline is going to be execute. So my Docker will be creating over here. My Docker image will be creating over here. And it's going to push to the registry here to the Docker hub. And then what will happen, So this AWS EC2 actually it is pulling the image from this Docker hub, and it will run it over here on top of this particular server. So the container will be executed over here. Now here actually see GitHub on top of the GitHub action, what we are doing, So here actually here in the GitHub action, so we are doing two things. First is continuous integration and continuous delivery. But for the continuous deployment, we are using a different server, this one, AWS EC2. So for the deployment, we are using a different server. So here, what we are doing in the file itself, in the deployment file itself, we are saying that we are using a self-hosted service. Okay, self-hosted service. So my self-hosted service is nothing, it's a AWS EC2 only. Okay, my self-hosted service is nothing, it's a AWS EC2 only. Means we are integrating the code, we are testing over here, we are creating a Docker image over here, and we are pushing to the we are pushing to the Docker hub. But here we are not deploying the code, right? So on top of this server we are not deploying the code. For deploying the code, okay, so we are using this AWS EC2. So here in the workflow itself, we are mentioning that, so for deploying the code, just for the deployment, we are using self-hosted machine. Self-hosted means our machine, okay, our machine, any sort of a machine. You can select any server from anywhere. This is up to you. So this is the complete architecture which I discussed in my previous class related to the deployment. So let me give you the quick walkthrough of the code, and then I will show you that how I'm getting this particular URL after the deploying. So after the deploying my application. So first of all, guys, from where I'm going to start, I'm going to start from the workflow. Even though I shown you in my previous class, but again, I'm giving you the quick recap of it. Within 10 minutes, I will do that, and then I will come to the next concept. Okay. So, okay, fine. Now, what I can do here. So first of all, guys, you can see. So here is what? Here is my code, and let me show you the code inside my local. So my code is available in my local itself. This is the code. Now just go and check with this YAML file. So we have mentioned each and everything. So here in this YAML file, you will see that this is my jobs. This is my job. So let's see inside the jobs that what I have written. Okay, what I'm trying to do. So this jobs which I have written. Okay, which the jobs basically which you can see here. Just a wait. Let me increase the brightness a little bit so that. Okay, great. Now here in this particular jobs, you can see. So this is the jobs which we have written for the integration, continuous integration. So here we are using this particular machine, this machine. Okay, this machine. Now here you will find out that we are writing up steps, right? So in the steps, actually, we are not mentioning any sort of test cases that I'm going to prove any type of here I'm not going to execute any sort of use cases, okay, sorry, test cases basically. But yeah, if I want to do it, I can do it. As of now, I just simply written this print statement. Means echo means what? It will print it, it will print this message. Linting repository, it will print this message running unit test case. Okay, I haven't written any sort of test cases. I will come to that. I will write it down that. Okay, I will show you how to do that. So first, this is the continuous integration. So at the time of the integration, if you want to do anything, at the time of the integration, you can do that. You can do that. You can mention those use cases over here, and it's going to work according to those use cases. Getting my point? I hope this part is getting clear to you. Now, this is nothing. This is just a configuration. So here, in the configuration, basically, you can see what we have written. So here, what I'm doing. So first, I'm defining, or first, I'm deciding the machine. So this is the machine, right? So on which machine actually I'm going to execute everything. Now the second one is what? So here you can see. So action checkout, it's a by default, and because of that, it will be able to find out the repository and all. So yesterday I was getting the error. So here what I did, I mentioned this particular step also. But if you want to remove it, you can remove it also, not an issue. So what I did here, I'm giving the access to my repository. I generated the GitHub token, and I'm adding into my secret variable, and from there I'm reading it. So here I'm given two things. First, I've given the repository, and then I've given this branch, right? But in case, in your case, if you're not facing any issue related to the GitHub and all, in that case you can skip this, you can skip this part, you can remove it. This is not necessary for everyone. And if you want to check like how to like get this GitHub token and all, so don't worry, I will show you that. For that, you just need to go inside the GitHub setting, developer setting, and from there you can generate this GitHub token, and you can keep it inside your secret variable. That's it, nothing is there. Okay, again I'm saying, if you are not facing any issue while you are integrating your code, right, so you no need to write it down, this particular thing. Fine, I hope this is clear. Now coming to the next one, next job. So my next job is nothing, my next job is a continuous pushing, right? So here I am pushing my image. So you will find out that I'm using a same machine, GitHub action machine, right? Now after that, what I'm doing here, so after like using the machine, after getting the machine, Ubuntu latest machine, so here action checkout means it's nothing, it's just for the action checkout is nothing, it's just for to just for finding out the repository. So from so it is taking the repository and it's trying to run over the machine, Ubuntu latest machine. And this is the mandatory itself, and it's a it's a common for every it's a common for every workflow, if you're writing for AWS, Azure, or for anything, right? So it's a common step. Now here you can see, so here I'm going to set up the Docker. Here I'm going to log into the Docker, and then I'm logging in with my username and password. So this username and password actually I'm fetching from my secrets. So I've added my secret variable, and from there itself I'm fetching this username and password. Now what I'm doing here, so here you can see, so we are going to this is what, this is my image, means we are going to save our image now. We have to save our image, right? This project actually we have to save, uh we are going to save as a image, right? Where we are going to save it, we are going to save it over the Docker Hub. And for that we have this particular command, this one. So here we are going to save it. Now the next one is what, let me show you. So here we are going to write the building and pushing. So we are building the image and we are pushing the image. So we are building the image and we are pushing the image, that's it. So here is the complete here I have written a complete like a detail or the complete configuration related to the Docker. So because I want to push it, where I want to push it, I want to push it to the Docker Hub. Now the next thing is what, so here the next thing is a continuous deployment. So the continuous deployment, you can see from where we are fetching the image, we are fetching the image, or we are getting the image from the we are fetching the image from the Docker Hub. So here basically what I did, see, this is the dependency which I already mentioned over here. And then here you can see I have mentioned this self-hosted. I'm running it on my self-hosted machine, this deployment. Now here checkout action v3 means the meaning is over here, the meaning of this self-hosted, we are not running this particular thing, we are not executing these steps on top of the GitHub action server. We are not doing that. We are running it where, on our self-hosted machine, on our my machine, right? So basically here what I did, so if you want to connect, if you want to connect this Docker Hub and this EC2, so the credential will be required. So definitely it is asking for the credential, and we are providing a credential. So the credential actually, so the first thing is ID, the second thing is key, the third thing is reason. Then what we are doing, we are logging to the Docker, and from the Docker actually we are pulling the image. Okay, so here you can see what we are doing, we are pulling the image. And then after pulling the image, what I will do, so after pulling the image, I will execute it. I will execute it inside where, inside the container. So here we are pulling the image and we are running it inside the container, the same thing which I have explained you, right? So just now I explain you, you can see the same thing in terms of this workflow, the workflow basically which I have written over here. Got it? I think you are getting my point. Now the next thing is what? So here is main.yaml file. I have the main.yaml. Now after that, guys, after the main.yaml, let me show you few more things. So I will now I will show you the AWS. So here in the AWS, basically I have created an instance. So I think you know, right, how to create an instance. If you don't know, guys, please go and check with my previous video. In that I have shown you that how to create an instance and all. So you will get the idea that for deploying the project, how we should create an instance. Now after creating an instance, guys, one more thing will be required. The thing is called Docker Hub. So here what I'm doing, so let me show you the Docker Hub as well. Here is my Docker Hub, see, and I already executed on this pipeline. So here you can see the name of the image, this one. So here is my name of the image, Streamlit app, and this image actually I just pushed 1 hour ago. Don't worry, I will show you as well that how it is working. Apart from this one, now let me show you one more thing. So AWS is fine, AWS instance and all. Now actually for accessing this, see here if you will look into the GitHub, so this is my GitHub. Now here actually you will have to add some secret variable, secret, because from there itself, from there only we are going to read now. From we are reading a secret variable, yes or no? I think you are getting my point, right? So we are reading a secret variable. If you don't know about it, guys, I would suggest you please go and check with the previous video. In that I already explained you that thing. Now here if you will look into this secrets, right? So this secrets and variable, just go and check with this action. So here in this action actually you will find out that I have added the secret variable. Now where it is? Okay, so it is inside the uh, this particular repository. Just wait, I was using this repository for the deployment. So let me open this repository now. So see, if you will look into the setting, so just go and check with the setting. Now here inside the setting, actually you just need to click on the secret and variable and then action. Okay, where it is, this one. So secret and variable and then action. Secret and variable, here is a secret and variable, and then you need to click on the action. Now click on the action. Here you will find out all the secret variable. This is what, guys, this is all the secret variable, and because of that only it is able to make a connection between what? So see, from here to the Docker Hub, and from Docker Hub to where? From Docker Hub to EC2. So these are the secret variable which will be required. Getting my point? So for the first thing is source code. The second thing is Docker file inside your system. The third one, configuration file, this YAML file. The fourth thing, basically you require this particular credential, and for that, for getting this credential like key, ID, okay, this reason, this Docker name, Docker username, right? So you should have Docker account, or you should have account on the Docker Hub. And the second thing, you have to create the EC2 instance as well on over the AWS. So if, and then you have to provide the access also to that particular instance. If you don't know anything, guys, definitely I will recommend you, please go and check with my previous session. There already I discussed, or there are already I shown you those things. So it's a request to all of you. Getting my point? I think yes. Now the next thing is what? So I have added this secrets. Now where I have added this secret? So here I have added this secret inside this action. So here inside the action, what I did, I added these secrets. Now what I can do here, let me go back. Okay, and this is what? This is my complete code. I already created an instance also, and here I'm having the user as well. So let me show you the user, how you will find out the user. So what I'm doing, just a second, let me show you the user as well. So just search about the user. Just let me make a duplicate from here itself, right? I'm making a duplicate. Now what I'm doing here, I'm writing the user. So see, or the which user, guys? IAM user. IAM means what? Access and management. Okay, so accessibility and management. For that actually we can create a separate user, and we can provide a specific permission to that user, so that I can access a different services. I no need to provide a root user ID and access key, right? It's not a good practice at all that we are providing a root user or root ID, root user ID, or root access key and all. It is not at all a good practice. So every time you should create a user, and you should give the specific permission over there. Now what I'm doing here, I'm searching about this IAM. So here is what? Here is my IAM. Now left hand side actually you will find out this user, this one. Left hand side you will find out the user. So FSDSM, Krish, live class, long, okay, my D user, US visa. So here already I created this user live class, and see, after creating a user you can download the security credential like this access key. Just create on this create access key, and you will be able to download it. Already I have downloaded in my case. So here is my secret access key. Let me show you. This one is my secret access key. Okay, so yes, now basically we are done with each and everything. We have created EC2, we have created user, we are giving a permission, we pushed the code to the GitHub also, and I hope everything is fine. Now let me push the code, means now let me deploy it. So how the deployment will happen, let me show you. So let's say you came to the office, means you have created this application, and this application is working fine in your local system. Now what you want to do, you want to push it, right? You want to push it. Where you want to push it? You want to push it to the AWS. Okay, now for that actually you have a specific pipeline. So here what I'm doing, so here I'm doing any sort of a changes in any file. So let me take this file, and here I'm going to write one message. I'm doing any random change, that's it. So this is this is for saving image. Okay, so here is what, here is my simple command. Now what I will do, so here now I will push the changes. So for that I can use the like a new terminal. So here I'm going to open the new terminal. If you don't know guys, see, if you don't know that how to execute the terminal, how to execute the file, how to execute the like a different commands, okay, so please go and check with the previous videos. There already we have shown you each and everything in very detailed way. Now see, I got my terminal. Now what I can do, I can change it. So let me change this thing, just a wait. So here I'm using this git bash. So once I will click on this git bash, now here what I can do, I can click on this source. Okay, source activate. Okay, acti acti wait. Okay, activate. Now what I will do, I will write here base. So see, I'm able to activate my base environment. Now what I will do here, I will activate my virtual environment also. So here I'm writing source activate VENV. So before starting with any environment, before starting with any sort of environment, you should always execute this command, source activate base, and every environment is going to be like active from there itself. Okay, from the base one. So here I'm going to activate the virtual environment. So VENV. Now see, I'm able to execute it. So here it is saying that could not find VENV. This is the name now. Okay, so here what I can do, I get past the dot and slash. I hope now it is perfect. Okay, great. So dot means what? Dot means current directory. So here I was giving the location. Now what I need to do here, so you can see I can make a changes. I made a changes basically. Now I'm going to push it. So here what I can do, I can push the changes. So the command for pushing git add and then commit git commit hyphen m, and here let's say I'm writing here a very simple message that code updated, please check. So this is the simple command, this is a simple message which I written. Now what I'm doing here, I'm pushing the changes. So git push origin main. So as soon as I will push it guys, and you will find out the magic. Now let's just wait. So here what I'm doing, uh git push origin main. Just wait guys, it is going to push the changes and then my workflow will start. So the workflow basically which I have written in the YAML file, now it has started, and see it is running over here. And now what will happen, see, first of all let me show you this workflow. Code updated, please check. Okay, so this is my workflow which is running. Now see, my Docker image is creating. So first was the tell me guys, what was the first one? The first was the continuous integration. Now here you can see the complete detail. Actually it is executing on the GitHub Actions server. Now here you can see this lint code, right? So we are not doing any sort of a linting. Now here you can see the run unit use cases. So here we are just we are just like echoing this particular sentence, running unit tests. Okay, that one. Then you can check with the like other one also, like post checkout, complete job, whatever is there, right? So what it is trying to clean and all. So here you can see everything is working fine. Now what is happening? Now my image is I'm creating an image on top of the so it is creating an image on top of the GitHub Action server only, and it's trying to pushing. Where it is trying to pushing? Tell me. It's trying to pushing to the. It's trying to pushing to the. Tell me where over the Docker Hub. Now you can see this the process is going on, and it will take some time. Meanwhile, if you have any question, you can ask me. So here you can see my my image is going to be create, right, and then it will push it to the GitHub. Sorry, it will push it to the Docker Hub. So just wait for some time. It is creating, and if you have any sort of a doubt, you can ask me. Tell me, guys, fast if you have any doubt. Then tell me, guys, if everything is clear. Then please do let me know. If you have any doubt, then please write that down. Write it down in the chat. I'm waiting for your reply. Is there only change in the YAML file? Yes, there was only change inside the YAML file. That's it, Ravi. Where tester will test the code. I will come to that. Wait. So here in this integration, this one, continuous integration. See, Lokesh, Lokesh, are you able to see this thing inside this continuous integration? See, my steps, my all the stages is running over here, right? So unit test, I've defined a unit test. Here is linting code. Even though I didn't return any sort of a test cases. Okay, I just written this echo command. I just written this echo one, echo here, echo. I haven't written any sort of a I haven't written any sort of a test cases. Now see, it is running, and here is my test cases. This one, I can mention the test cases. I will come to that. I will show you that. Okay. Now see my deployment. Sorry, my it is creating the Docker image, and it will take some time basically for creating this Docker image. And after creating it, it will push it to the. Tell me, it will push it to the Docker hub. I will show you that. And I already mentioned the Docker name and all, Docker image name and all in my secret variable. If you are not aware about it, please go and check with the previous session. There, actually, you will get it. You will get that where I have mentioned the name of the Docker image. It might take some time, and yes, it is running. Now, see, guys, my it has created a Docker image. Now it is trying to push it. It has created a Docker image. Now it's trying to push it. Here, see this one, and everything is running on top of the GitHub action server. Okay. Sir, you haven't added the GitHub action server GitHub token in the secret variable. No, I added there. Let me show you. Let me show you that also. Just wait. So yesterday I added, but it was not required because I was thinking that it's a issue of the authentication. But no, it was not the issue of the authentication. There was the spelling mistake. I was doing the spelling mistake. There was the issue of the typo. It is not required. But if you are asking to me, then I can show you that where I have added it. So here in the setting, actually, you will see inside the secrets. So secrets, and here is my action. Now see, I had added now this one, Docker image registry. Okay, but I created that. Not an issue if I didn't create. No, I will create, but it is not asking for that. Everything is working fine without that also, because my repository is having each and every permission. If you have a permission issue, in that case you should provide it. So see, now my it has see guys, now this is completed, and here you will find out that it has pushed my image to the Docker hub. Now let me show you the image. See, this is my Docker hub. Now once I will refresh it, okay, see, let me refresh it. Let me do the hard refresh, and here, see, this is what, uh this is my image 1 minute ago. Can you see this one? How many people are able to see this one? The first image, this one, 1 minute ago. Is it clear to all of you? Tell me fast, guys. Is it clear? Is it fine? Can you are you able to see it? This thing? Are you able to see the image? First of all, tell me yes or no. and this image. Now see, my my workflow is going on, and here in the next workflow, in the next job, here I have mentioned each and everything about, tell me each and everything about the EC2. So now my EC2 is running, this one. So it is like it will fetch the code from where? From the EC2 only. Sorry, it will fetch the image from where? From the Docker Hub. And where, guys? Where it will fetch? It will fetch to the EC2. From Docker Hub to EC2. Okay. Now it is picking up the job. Let me check my uh, action is runner. Okay, so here what I can do, I can go and check with my setting, and inside the setting I can check with my runner. So action runner. Now you see my runner is offline. As of now my runner is offline. So what I will have to do, guys, here I will have to like see my runner is offline, and because of that it is not processing. Okay, so see guys, it is stuck over here. It is stuck over here. It is trying to connect. It is trying to connect with my runner, but my runner is offline. My runner is offline. So what I have to do, I have to I have to like execute one file, and yes, then I will be able to like online, so my runner will be executed, right? So wait, let me show you that particular thing, how you can do that. So here if you will go and check with the setting, so inside the setting, once go and click on this action. Okay, once you will click on this action, now go and check with this runner. Now here this self-hosted runner, actually it's a offline as of now, right? It's not in an idle situation. This one left hand side, you can see this one, it's a offline. It is clearly saying, and it's trying to connect, my EC2 is trying to connect with this GitHub action. Okay, but it's a offline completely. Now what I'm doing here, let me reactivate it. So first of all, I will have to go back to my instance. Okay, so here is what, guys, here is my instance. Now what I will do, let me show you that thing, how we can do it. And the step is going to be a very easy. See, here this is my GitHub action. This is my GitHub action server, basically, which I configured over here. There is a couple of steps for that which I need to execute. So the before GitHub action, I configured the Docker over here, right? Docker. If you want to get a commands, don't worry, I will give you those particular commands. I have all the commands. I will mention in my README file. Now here you can see I have like my GitHub action server. I've configured each and everything. But yeah, now as of now, see the connection is also succeed, but it is offline. So if I want to if I will execute again, right? So what I can do, here I am pressing Control C. Here I am pressing Control C. Now what I will do after pressing the Control C, again I will execute this file run.sh. Okay, run.sh, and then you will find out that my this self-hosted runner is working. Just wait, let me press the Control C, and then I will again execute this run.sh. Okay, just wait. It is what I will do, guys. Here I will execute this run.sh, this particular file. If you don't know about it, if you don't know about this execution and all, you can go and check with my previous video. I have explained you each and everything over there. Here I'm just trying to execute it again one more time. That's it, nothing else. So see, it is working now. If I'm pressing Control C, okay, not an issue. What I can do here, I can connect it. So here I'm going to connect it. So this is my machine. Let me check. So here what I'm writing, here I'm writing ls. So I have this action runner. Now if I will go into this action runner, so cd action runner. Now let me check with the ls. So run.sh is here. Yes, run.sh is here. So let me execute this run.sh, this file. So here I'm going to execute this run.sh. So dot means current directory. Here you can see dot means current directory, and then run.sh. So once I will execute it, so here you can see, yes, it has connected to my GitHub. Now if I will refresh it, now let me refresh this thing. Here what I'm going to do, I'm going to refresh it, and then you will see that it is going to activate. See this one, it's going to activate because I executed it, that run.sh. And configuration I already did. If you want to check with the configuration, then please go and check with my previous video. So here what I did, guys, see, I've activated my see, now it is in idle state. I just have to execute that run.sh, that shell script. Getting my point here on top of my instance. So let me close this one and see, this is my instance. Again, I connected, and here you can see it basically now it is connected with my now it has connected with my GitHub Action server. So this is my self-hosted machine, this one. Why I'm connecting it, guys? Tell me. Because this GitHub Action server, actually, the workflow which I have written now, over here I have clearly mentioned that I'm not deploying my code to my GitHub Action server. I'm deploying it to my EC2. So this GitHub Action server, it has required that information. Okay, so now the image, basically the image is going to be pulled where, not here actually, it's going to pull from Docker Hub to EC2, right? So those things I have mentioned inside the workflow, and those workflow actually it is executing inside over the like GitHub Action server, and this GitHub Action server actually it is giving each and every instruction, right? Now this is what, this is my self-hosted machine. Now let me show you the workflow again. So here is what, here is my workflow, and what I can do. So see, because of the connection, it got failed. Now what I can do, again I can execute it. So if I'm going to execute it again, so let me do one thing. Let me run this one, rerun failed job. So here I'm running this rerun failed job, and yes, it is fine. And let's see whether it's going to work or not. So here, this is fine, this is fine. Now I'm coming to the continuous deployment, and here in the continuous deployment, actually again you will find out that now it is trying to connect with the GitHub action, and yes, it will be able to do it. See, now it is done. And then what it will do, it will fetch the image from where, from the Docker only. Run Docker image to server. What is the issue here? Process completed. The Docker name is already used by the container. Okay, so already my application is running, I think, there over the instance. Let me check. Here I can search about the, I think what I can do, guys, here, just wait. Let me do one thing. I'm changing the name of the image. Okay, so I'm going inside the secrets, and here inside the secret, let me change the name of the image. I think that's going to be a better. So just wait. Here in the image, sorry, here in the secrets, and in the secret actually, where is the action? Here is the action. Now let me change the image name, so that you will get to know that you will get the latest image basically with this particular name. So here I'm writing my CNN image, my CNN image. Now let me update the secret, and again I can run all the jobs. So here I'm making one sort of a some sort of a changes. So let's say I'm adding any sort of a comment here inside this app.py file. This is for image saving and prediction, something like this. I'm making any random change, and then I will again push the code to my GitHub, or I can rerun all the jobs also, that is also fine. So here what I'm doing now, let me perform this git add dot, and here I'm writing git commit -m, and here I'm writing this code updated, that's it. Then I'm pushing it. So git push origin main. Now I have changed the name, name of the image. So before it was different. So let's see like whether it's going to be created or not, the new one, and it's able to fetch or not, the new one basically. So here, see, you can see the code is getting executed now. Now see, integration is done. Now it is coming to the Docker image, and from here basically it will deploy it. So just wait, it will again take some time for building the image and for pushing it to the Docker hub, and from there basically it will try to fetch it. Until what I can do, I can check with my server. So here what I can do, I can check with my, just wait, I can check with my core, this self-hosted server, whether it is in idle state or not. So here in the setting actually you will find out this action, and inside the action actually here is a runner, this one. So runner, actually now it is in an idle state, this one. Here's, you can see this one. So yeah, fine, it is running. Let's see whether it will work or not. So just a second, let me go and check with the workflow itself. And here my workflow is running. So yes, My workflow is going on and it's building the image, and then it will push it to the Docker hub. So all the command on EC2 terminal will be same as you have done yesterday. Yes, all the command will be same over the EC2. Correct, Ravi. That's why I'm saying please try to refer my previous session if you are not aware about it, because it's a second part of the CICD. First, in the first part, I already written all the commands and all. Everything will be same. It might take some time. So here you can see it is exporting layers. So after exporting layers and all, so directly it will push it to the Docker hub. As of now, it is creating the image. That's it. So will you do it? Tell me, will you deploy your application, or how many of you are doing along with me? Anyone is doing? Then please do let me know. And command wise and the like description wise, don't worry. I will give you after this, after the deployment. So I will keep it inside my GitHub only. I will keep it inside my README file. So no need to worry about the commands and all about anything. I will provide you that. I will provide you all the commands and all the description and all. Or will you try it, guys? Tell me. So I think it is not that much difficult. You just need to understand the workflow, and according to the workflow, actually, you need to set each and everything, that this AWS server, users, and Docker hub, and according to that only you need to mention the secret variable. It's going to be a very easy. You just need to practice with with one single project. If you are able to deploy that, you can take a same project also, this one which I am doing. Yes, we can start from there also. That is also fine. You can run it from there itself where it's going to be filled. For that, see, the process was the quite complicated. From here I will have to stop it, then again I will have to check the container over here, right? Or maybe I will have to delete the image from here. Maybe it got fetched. Okay, that's why it was giving me an issue that the image is already running with this particular name. So that's why basically what I did, again I executed all the jobs with a different name. But if you can start directly from there also, wherever it's going to be failed, that is also possible. Okay, it is taking time. Now it is done. Great. It is pushing all the layers. Okay, done. Great. So post setup build. Fine. It is completed now. See. Now the next one is what? Continuous deployment. So let's see. Let's check with the continuous deployment. Okay, self-hosted. Perfect. Okay, Docker running. Completed. Checksum is completed. Great. Now, if you want to check the image, so you will find out here over the Docker Hub only. So let me show you the image. Here is my image, my CNN image. Now see, it is fetching the image from the Docker Hub. This one. It is pulling the image from the Docker Hub. It is completed. Now, once it will be done, then I will show you how you can access the application, and that's going to be run inside your container. You can check the container and all everything. I will show you that. Don't worry. And it is running over the EC2 server, EC2 instance. See, downloaded complete. Now after the download, see, means it is pulling it is pulling from the Docker Hub. Okay. Now what it will do? So just wait. It is going to be run inside the container. Okay. So it's going to be run inside the container after pulling it from the Docker Hub, and it's going to be clean the previous image and the container. If any previous image or container is running, it's going to be clean that. We have written the prune command if you will look into the workflow. Okay, completed. Now let's see whether everything is working or not. Process working. Its step is already in use by container. Okay. Step is already in use by the container. Don't worry. Let me check with the container. Let me connect it again. Wait. But it should take a new name, na? So here, if you will look into this, what I can do, if you will look into the workflow, oh, here we have clearly mentioned that. Okay, 850 is step. Okay. Actually, we are passing name here, this one. That's why it was giving me a issue. Okay, that is the issue here. Hmm. So we are passing the manual name, and name was the this one, secret access key, security. Okay, find reason is find registry image, and that's going to be a main. Okay, not an issue. What we can do here, uh, I can stop the container, right? So just wait. Let me open it and let me stop the container only. Okay, what happened? Mhm. Just wait, guys. I think there is some issue with the system only. Wait. Oh, guys, just wait. I think this system is having some issue. Mhm. Okay, now perfect. So yeah, I hope it is visible again. Great. So what I can do here, I can stop the container. So for stopping the container, let me check that which container is going on, which container is running over here. So simply I can search. Just wait, just wait. Okay. Now here I can search about the Docker PS, Docker PS, Docker PS. Perfect. So now here, let me close it. And first of all, Docker PS hyphen A. Oh yes, so this is running. This is already running. Now what I can do here, I can write. I can take this ID and I can stop it. So Docker stop, and I can pass this particular ID. No such container. So this is the ID now. This one. Okay, so I think I will have to copy from here and let me paste it. So Docker stop, and here right click and then paste it. Great. Perfect. Now here if I'll check with the Docker PS, then I will find out that nothing is going on. Docker doc. Okay, it's a doc ker ps means processes and hyphen a. So Docker process hyphen a, and status is exited. Now you can see status is up to, and here is status is execute. Yes, now nothing is going on. Now nothing is running, and even I can check with the Docker PS directly. So here you will find out then none of the container is running. So what I will do, first of all, let me check whether this is executing or not. Failed, failed, failed. Okay, fine. Now here let me check the state of the self-hosted runner also. So here in the setting, I can check it. Where is the setting? Here is a setting. Runner. Now it is offline. I can execute it. I can execute that. I can execute that run.sh. So here I can check with the ls and then action runner. So action runner. Now here is ls, and here I can run this run.sh. So dot slash run.sh. Okay, let's see whether it's working or not. Okay, so now it has connected. It is listening for the job. I can do the hard refresh. So see, whenever you want to connect with your this now, so here now you can see it is in an idle state. So whenever you are finding it is a offline, then you can run your sh file, run.sh file. Got it? Now what I will do again, I will go with my workflow. So here is my workflow, and here I will go and check with my code update. This is the, see, code and all, everything is fine. Let's say here I am calling this rerun job, rerun the failed job. Okay, then rerun failed job, and here let's see whether it's going to work or not. So now see guys, whether it's going to work or not. It should work because I stopped the container, the previous container which was running, because there I have given the hard coded name. That's why, because of that only it was there was a issue basically. Again, the container instance is already in use by container. Oh, ho, 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 ho. The container name is already used in by container. Then remove that container to be able to reuse that name. Here it is saying you have to remove or rename that container. So I think so, guys. I will have to do it from. Let me check with my instance. Where is my instance? Okay, let me close this one and connect. Just wait. That container actually already it is running. Otherwise, I will have to change the name from the like from my YAML file itself. So here I can run this docker ps hyphen a container id container image step. Okay, container created port name is this one. So how to remove the container? Let me remove the container only. So let me remove the complete container only. So here what I can do, I can write this docker. Guys, this type of issue you might face in a real time also. Okay, everything I'm doing in a live class. So yeah, this may come, right? So don't worry, I'm resolving in front of you only, don't worry. So here docker, and what I am doing here, I'm going to remove it. So rm is here, and then I will take the id. So let me take the id of this container. So here I'm going to copy and then right click and then paste, and let's see whether it is there or not. Docker ps hyphen a. So now you can see we don't have any container and it should work. So first of all, let me check with my state of the let me check with the state of this runner only. So here it is in idle state. You can see this is in idle state. Now what I can do here, I can rerun all the jobs, all the failed jobs. So this is my like the work, this is my like current workflow. Then I can go inside the continuous deployment, then I can rerun this particular jobs. I hope guys it should run now, otherwise we'll have to do something else. So run job failed jobs, and let's see, enable log also. Okay, great. Perfect. Okay, great. Now it is done. So guys, now finally it is done, and here you can see it is completed. If you want to access your application, how you will do that? So here is a way. Just go with your instance here, just copy this public id and then paste it inside the browser, and then write your colon 8501. Once you will hit enter, then you can see your application is up and running, guys. Right now you can browse a file, you can take the file, any sort of a file, and then you can make a prediction. So here is an input, then you can see here is a prediction. Got it? So as simple as that. So nothing is there if we are facing any type of issue, right? So we try to solve it, and we should always read the error, right? So why we are getting it, what is the reason behind it. If your fundamental is clear related to the tools or the related to anything, right? So easily you can solve anything. In front of you only I did it. So I was getting the error, but what I've seen, so if we are doing this thing, or let's say if someone is executing in their system, if they're getting a smallest error, they're not reading it out at all. They are not trying to search about it. They are just like saying, sir, I'm getting this error, that error, and even in the chat also. So not an issue, I can give you the suggestion. So I'm getting this tag in the build and push docker image. No worries, Ravi, you can check with my code. You can say you can use the same workflow. Fine. Now see, I have given the manual name over here. The container, actually the container name was container name was this step. Okay. Because of that, when I was again pushing it now, so this was the static name, and it was giving me the issue. What I can do, I can like use the different name. I will have to change it inside the workflow every time. Getting my point? So that was the specific issue over there. I can take a this was the static name, means hard coded name. I can give the like the I can take the name from the user also, let's say, or the developer basically on the fly only, they can write the name, any sort of a name over here that related to the container, or I can save inside the secret variable also. From there also you can fetch the name of the container, but it was already running, so I just deleted that, and now everything is working fine. I hope you are getting it now. How you will get the URL? So you can access by using this public IP, this one, this public IP. So once you will click on this public IP, you can do that. Or here is the address, this one, right? So once you will click on this open address, now you can provide your own like the this is what, this is the port number. Now if you will hit enter, so by using this also you can access your application. So guys, one more thing I would like to tell you over here. First of all, see, whenever you are trying to run your application now, and let's say if you are giving any sort of a issue that you are not able to access the port and all, so just go and check with your instance, just open your instance, and here in the instance itself, you'll find out this security, right? So here is a security. Now click on this security, and here once you will scroll down, so here you will find out the security group, this one. Just click on this link. Okay, once you will click on this link now, here you will find out two things. One is inbound rule and the second is outbound rule. There is two things. One is inbound rule and the second is outbound rule. So just click on this inbound rule, and here, okay, here, then click on this edit inbound rule. See left hand side, there is an option edit inbound rule. So what you need to do here, you need to click on this inbound rule, this one, and then edit inbound rule. So here, once you will click on this edit inbound rule, you'll find out the different port. So see, by default actually you will find out this three port HTTP. This is the by default port for the HTTP, HTTPS 443 and for SSH 22. Now you have to add your port as well. So here you can see I have added my port 8501, where I have exposed my application. Getting my point? Because by default this Streamlight is running on 8501, and I already exposed in my Docker image. In my Docker image, I already mentioned the expose instruction. So I'm exposing this 8501, and I have to map it over here. I have to map it over here. See, whatever port you are writing over here now, so with that port only you can access the application. This particular application, this one. With that port only, you can access it. So please be careful over here. I hope you are getting. So here I have mentioned the same port 8501. I mentioned the same port 8501. You can mention any port 5000, 6000, or 6001, 7000, and with that port only you will be able to access the application, right? But what I'm saying, so here please try to keep the same port so that you won't be confused. And here by using this particular port, you can you can access your application. Use the same port, that's it. Here you are doing a port mapping from container to this server. I hope you are getting my point. If your Docker fundamental is clear, you understand that what is a Docker container, how it is running, what is a port mapping and all. So definitely you are getting my point as well. If you don't know about it, you can go and check with my previous MLOps series. There I already discussed about it. Okay, so fine. Let's try to discuss the new thing now. I hope this deployment part is clear. And after adding the rules, basically, so you need to click on the save rules, and then automatically it's going to be saved, and then you can access your application by using the IP address. So fine. I hope this is clear to all of you. Please, can I get a quick yes or no in the chat if it is clear that how to deploy it, how to like access the application by using the IP and all. If yes, then please give me a thumbs up so that I will go with the next concept. And then finally, I will conclude this project. And yes, it's a completely end-to-end one. I think if you're following to me from very first session, then definitely you will be getting it. I've discussed many more things over here related to this CNN, related to this PyTorch, and then this CICD and all. So it's going to be a complete learning. If you are solving this project by yourself, it's going to be a complete end-to-end learning for you. And on top of that, you can solve any use case. It's a like basic one, classification one, but you can solve the detection and all, everything. If you want to read any sort of a API related to any LLM model, you can do that also. You can mention in the same architecture. You can integrate in the same architecture. Fine. So I hope now we can proceed with the next concept. So here, many people are asking to me, sir, here in the project actually, you haven't mentioned the test cases and all, and you haven't teased that. So whenever we are going to integrate the project, so how we can basically how we can test our application at the time of the integration itself. It's a development level testing. We can say it's a development level testing. And in the industry also, you'll find out this thing until if you are not going to pass the test cases and all, right, they are not going to approve your code. So your manager or your tech lead, like, they will give you the task. So let's say you have implemented that task in your Jupyter. Now they will tell you, okay, so you have implemented over there. Now you have to fit it inside your end-to-end pipeline. You have to like convert this end-to-end one in you have to fit the entire code whatever you have written. You have to fit inside their pipeline, inside the end-to-end pipeline, which they have mentioned, which they have created, the modular one. Then you will write it down over there, and then you will push your changes to your GitHub. And then like it is running the test cases related to the different lintings and all, right, or the code protocols, or maybe the actual test cases related to the ingestion and all, everything is there or not. So until this those test cases is not going to pass, so they are not going to approve your code. And yes, they are not going to even merge, and again you will have to work on top of that. So here what we can do, so we can write, we can understand basically. So I will finish it within 2 minutes only. Today I will give you the introduction, and then tomorrow I will conclude it again along with the revision. So again I will take one for 1 hour, right? Again I will take like class, and tomorrow basically, and then we don't have any class on Friday. Then from Monday onwards we are going to start with one more series. So the series basically related to the natural language processing. So we are going to implement one NLP related use case, again in a similar way, like we did with respect to this CNN. Got it? So here, let me give you the quick overview. So first, what I can do, I can open my Jupyter notebook. I think it is not there, so let me create it over here. For creating the Jupyter notebook, guys, I can create one folder, and inside that, I'm doing that. So here, my folder name is going to be a notebook. Now here, what I can do, I can create one file. So my file name is what? Experiments. Now experiments.ipynv. Now here what I will do, so here actually I will write my all the experiments and all, means all the codes. So first of all, let me select the kernel. I'm going to use the correct current virtual environment, means my like a virtual environment only, which I created for this particular workspace. So here is my virtual environment, which is already this this VS Code is recommending for to me, and you have to like take the first one only in your case as well. And rest of the one basically related to the other repository or other folder. So here here I've selected here I've selected the first environment. Now what I can do here, I can run this any sort of a module. So here I'm running this import OS. Now it will ask you for installing the kernel, then you can install this kernel, and then definitely you will be able to execute anything inside the notebook after installing the kernel. You can do manually also, means you can mention the kernel inside your requirement.txt, and then you can install the requirement.txt. Otherwise, in the same environment, in this particular environment, you can install the ipynb kernel by using the pip install command. That is also fine. So everything is fine over here. Now what I'm doing, so first of all, let me show you this ipynb, the kernel installing. Once it will be done, then definitely it's going to be execute this import OS. Now the next thing is what here, what I will do, I'm going to show you some sort of a code. So the very first thing here which I'm going to use, that is going to be a PyTest. Okay. So let me check whether PyTest is there or not in my current virtual environment. Simply I can check with the Python terminal. So here I'm going to write Python, Python. Now here I'm importing this PyTest. So import PyTest. Now see, it is saying that PyTest is not available in my current virtual environment. So what I will do, so here I will install this PyTest. So for installing the PyTest, pip install PyTest. Now here the spelling is wrong. Let me write the correct spelling. So see, my past PyTest is getting installed over here. Then what I will do, after installing this PyTest, I will import it over here. So simply I can check over here as well. Here I can write that here I can write Python Okay, just wait. So here I am writing Python and then import pytest, pytest. Now see guys, my spelling is wrong, and yes, I believe I will be able to do that. So I'm able to import this pytest. Like this, you can check immediately with the Python terminal. Now let me exit from here. Let me take a exit, and then what I will do, I will execute each and everything in my I will execute each and everything in my cell only. So here I will give you one homework as well after explaining you this particular concept, so that you can do it by yourself. And from where you can take the code, I will give you that reference also, because in my previous class I already written that. I already written the talks file. I already written the the test cases, not completely, but yes, I have written the dummy one. So definitely I will give you the reference, and I will give you the homework as well, so that after the session you can do it, you can try it by yourself. So the first thing, I think you got to know that what I did here, I have downloaded, or here I have installed this PyTest. Now I'm going to write a different test cases. So let me write a test cases. So see, we have a different module in the Python itself. You will find out the different module. So the first, for the testing, basically on a developer on the developer level testing. So here the first module, which is PyTest. So first of all, let me show you this PyTest module. So you can simply search here over the Google itself. You can search about the PyTest, PyTest, PyPI, or you can search with basically with the documentation also. So here is a documentation of the PyTest. Now everything they have given you inside the documentation. So actually we have to understand this assert. Okay, assert. So everywhere in every module, whether this is the PyTest or like unit test, we have one more module here inside the Python itself, just for the testing basically. So the module name is what? The module name is unit test. Okay, unit test. So here let me show you the unit test. See, we have one more module. So any of them you can use. Either you can use the PyTest or unit test, and here like you can read each and everything inside the documentation. They have given you the complete code snippet and all. So let's try to understand by using this PyTest. So either you can use this or that. My preference will be a PyTest only, because it is having a lots of thing, and if you are starting as a beginner, then you can use that PyTest for executing your test cases. Now what I'm doing here, so let me show you inside the notebook itself. So here inside the notebook, basically I'm writing some sort of a test cases. So let's say here I'm simply writing dev. Okay, dev is my method, and whenever you are writing any function related to the testing, right? So please write along with this test, so that easily you can identify. It's just a convention, it's not a rule. It's not a rule basically. So you can start your method with this test. Now here I'm writing this test addition. So test addition, let's say here I'm performing the addition. Now what I will do here, simply I'm writing assert, and here I'm writing this 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. Whether it is correct or not, tell me guys. Whether it is correct or not, it's going to be checked now. Now not tell me here it is correct or not. I think by seeing this one, by seeing this particular statement, you can understand that yes, it is correct statement. Okay, it is a correct statement. Now what I'm doing here, so here I'm going to execute this method. So once I will execute this method, my method name is what? My method name is test addition. So here you will find out that, so yes, it is going to be executed, and it is saying, it means we don't have any sort of a issue over here in this particular statement. Now let me write one more statement over here. So if I'm writing assert, okay, now here I am writing 3 minus 1 is equal to 2. Let's say this is my 2. Now again, see what I'm doing here. I'm going to be run it, and here I'm going to be executed. So see, it is working fine, means I don't have any issue with this particular statement. Now let's say again I'm going to write one more statement. I can copy this one, same thing. So here after the copying, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to write 3 minus 1, let's say it is equal to 1. So here now if I'm going to run it, so here you can see it is giving me assertion error. Means if it is fine, the equation is fine, then it is working fine. If we have a issue, then it will raise the issue over here, right? If statement is fine, if it is satisfying the condition, in that case it will execute. It will execute. If we have any sort of a issue over here in the condition, in that case it will generate this assertion error. So first of all, tell me this thing is clear to all of you, yes or no? Tell me, guys. And this assert, actually this one, it is not even assert. We have a different another method like assert equal, okay, assert, or you can check the variety of the method inside the documentation. Now here you can see, so we have this py test and unit test. So first of all, let me show you with the py test. So here what I can do, uh, I think this assert is clear to all of you. Now I can take one small code, and with that also I can show you. So just a wait, guys. Okay, so here is a code, guys, just a wait. Now what I'm doing, I'm creating one test file over here. So my file name is going to be a test.py. I hope this assert concept is clear to all of you, right? What this assert is doing. Now I will show you that how you are going to do this thing, this particular thing, by using the pytest. Now test.py. So here I've created this file. So let me rename it. So the file name is going to be a test. Okay, so test. Now here what I can do, I can simply write test.py. Now let me write the code, or let me take a code here. So the code is going to be this one. So here is a code, guys, just a second. I'm going to copy and paste. Now let me remove this part. Oh, okay, fine. So here is my method. Now see, this is the wrong one, and here is the add. Okay, add, or this is my add method, and this is a subtract. Okay, so fine. What I can do, from here itself I can import it. I was thinking that I can import from somewhere else. No, I think this is fine. Now see, guys, here what is happening. So here we have this add, subtract, right? This is my like other operations. Now what I'm doing after saving it, and I have my pytest also with me. So let me execute it. Let me execute this particular file over here. So for executing this file, there is a very simple like command. So the command is pytest. Okay, by using the pytest, I'm going to execute it. Pytest, and here is my file name, test.py. So test.py. This is my file name. Now once I will run it, guys, you will find out that it is executing all the test cases. Now see, uh, it is checking each and everything. So once I have executed, so first of all let me clear this particular. So first of all let me clear it, and then again I am going to execute it. Just wait. So pytest test.py. Okay, so here I have executed it. Now you can see what is happening over here inside this particular file. Where it is, this one, from where I was, this one. Now see, it is going, it is checking basically the module is available or not. Now here it has collected 3 items. Okay, 3 items. So what all items we have, let me show you that. So here, this one, and this one, and this one. Then what is doing, let me show you. So here, test.py, it is saying that this is not, see here, assert intentionally wrong assertion. So you can clearly see this 1 and 1. If we are going to add this one, 0 5 minus 1 1, okay, this is fine, this is perfectly clear, because here we have mentioned the method na, add and subtract. So this is perfectly clear, but this is not clear. So in that case, what it is saying that this assertion failed. Okay, this assertion failed because the answer is something else over here. The answer is 2, but here actually we are getting means the answer is basically 2, right? 1 1 is going to be 2, but here it is equal to 3. So it is clearly saying that it's an assertion error. And here this test.py, test addition, at this particular like point, it's going to be fail. Okay, so it's a wrong statement, and it is able to identify it easily. It is able to identify it. So by using the pytest, actually we can do the testing. Now but here we have to think that, okay, what all statement I have to test, what all statement I have to test. So here if you will check, so in this particular project, so we have a multiple folder. So this folder, actually this component, it is depend to each other. If we are talking about the artifact, right? So in the artifact, actually you find out a data ingestion or data transformation. In that, basically we have the data file, and then we have a pickle file. So here we can compare it. Here we can make a comparison. Here we can say that, okay, so if in this particular folder, if this file is available, means my test cases pass, means everything is working fine. Getting my point, how to mention the test cases over here? I will again come to that. Just wait. Let me show you one more thing. So here what I'm doing. Now I'm writing a correct thing. So here 3 is equal to 1 is equal to 2. Right? Now what I'm doing. So here I'm running this pytest test.py pytest test.py. After writing this 2 only means now it is not wrong. So now intentionally not wrong assertion. So something like that. I've just mentioned a comment. Now if I'm running this pytest test.py, now see everything is working fine. Means it has collected 3 items, and here it is saying all the 3 case has passed. All the 3 case has passed. Now see, this was my method. This was my method. Means I'm doing addition and subtraction, and this was my condition. So this condition actually I was checking. This condition actually I was checking based on what? Based on this assert. Okay. So with this assert, with this particular keyword, what I was doing, tell me, I was checking the condition whether it is correct or not. I hope you are getting that how to do the testing by using the PyTest. Getting or not, guys? Tell me. If you are like hearing to me or watching to me, then please do let me know in the chat. So here we are doing a test. See, this is my method and this is my condition. And this condition actually we are testing by using this assert. And yes, we can install this like module, and by using this module we can perform that. We can run the test. We can run the test .py file, or we can run the file, the Python file basically, by using this PyTest, and automatically it will check all the condition in whatever at whatever place we have mentioned this assert. And for more information, you can go and check with the documentation. I hope you are getting my point. Now, if I want to do a testing, means related to my code, if I want to do the testing, how I can do that? Let me show you. So first of all, guys, you will have to create a folder. Okay, you for the testing basically. So what I can do here, let me create a folder. So here my folder name is what? I will have to create a root directory itself. So here my folder name is what? Test. This is my folder name. Now this testing, actually we are talking about the testing. So it has a variety of the type. So the main 2 type which I'm writing here. The first type is called unit testing. Okay, individual component. I can check with the individual component. So here what I'm doing, I'm creating one more folder that's going to be a unit test. Now the next folder is going to be a integration test here itself inside the test. So here I'm going to create one more folder, integration test. So unit test and the integration test. Now what I can do here, I can create a file basically. So file name is going to be a py only. So integration.py. Now here actually it's going to be a unit.py in this one. So the file name is going to be a unit.py. So here I can write my conditions. Here I can write my conditions. Now condition based on what? Tell me. Now condition based on what? Now condition according to my workflow, according to my code. So here you will find out this code actually it's related to the deep learning. It's related to the deep learning. It's a deep learning use case. It's related to a deep learning model, right? So related to that model, we have couple of things, right? So we have a ingestion, data ingestion, then we have a pre-processing, then only we are creating that model. So in this one, in this test cases, actually in this py file, you can mention those type of cases, test cases. Okay, you can mention those type of test cases, and you can validate those things by using this assert. You can validate those things by using the assert. I hope you are getting my point. So you can write the method over here, and then you can make a condition. Make a condition like what? So until inside the artifact you are not getting the train.py file or test.py file in the data ingestion folder, your component is not going to be passed. Okay, your pipeline is not clear. And where you will check it, guys? So you will check it while you are integrating your code, while you are doing an integration. Okay, while you are doing an integration over the GitHub. So let me show you one thing here. So here, if you will look into my previous code, so in my previous project, basically already I did it. So first of all, let me search the repository. So here I can go and check with my repository. Now in the repository, actually, what was the name? So here's the name of the repository, MongoDB connect package, connector package. Now if you will open it, so first of all, let me zoom out. Okay, so let me zoom out over here, this one. Now see, in this one, I already created this test folder, this one, test folder. Now in the test folder, actually, I created this integration and this unit testing, but I haven't mentioned any sort of a test case. So let me show you this test.init. Now here you can see this test underscore empty and assert is true, right? So I just mentioned this like basic one only. I haven't mentioned any specific condition based on my pipeline, based on my workflow. But here you have to do that. You have to mention that. You have to create a method, and by using the assert, you need to validate it. You need to validate it. Now, where you will check? Where you will check? Whenever you are performing the integration now, whenever you are integrating your code, whenever you are integrating your code, where you are integrating, tell me. You are integrating over the like GitHub action, GitHub only, right? So over the GitHub action server, you can again check it over there that my code is working fine or not. Means I'm like pushing my code to the GitHub, and there the automated testing is going on. In the local, definitely you will do that, not an issue. You will run your pipeline and all. But what about the GitHub action? What about the other server, right? So related to that particular server, you can mention the workflow. So it can be anything. It can be any server. Maybe you are not using the GitHub action. Maybe tomorrow you are using the Bitbucket or any other like cloud repository, or directly you are pushing to the AWS. So related to that also, you can mention the workflow, and then you can test your test cases, different test cases, by using this PyTest or by using this unit test with anything. And here you just need to validate the condition by using this assert. Okay, assert. I think I shown you the assert basically, right? Now, what you need to do here. So first of all, let me show you the workflow basically related to this continuous integration. So once you will open this workflow, now inside this workflow, actually you will find out this ci.yaml, this one, ci.yaml. Now just scroll down here. So here actually I written the entire workflow, that what all thing is required. So here you will find out that inside this workflow, I'm running this PyTest. So where it is? So here you can see inside this workflow, see here push, pull. Okay, this two thing I mentioned. Then here basically I'm building the like environment with respect to the different Python version. Then here I am here is my this is here basically I'm installing the requirement. Then I'm okay, here I'm doing a testing with the talks. Okay, great guys. So here basically what I'm doing, I'm doing a testing with the talks. Now see, somewhere I've written the talks file also, and by using that talks file, actually I'm doing a testing. So first of all, let me show you that talks file. Just wait. So here is my talks.ini. See, here actually I have written this PyTest. See this one, I'm running this unit. Okay, and I'm running this integration. Both I'm running over here. Getting my point? See this one, and I'm doing unit testing and the integration testing. I haven't written directly over there, and I'm doing it by using this talks file. And you also have to do it by using the talk. And this talks, we use it for creating a like a different environment. And in that environment, actually, it is executing our testing. It is executing our test cases by using this particular command. I hope you are getting, guys, how to work in a real time. And as a developer, guys, you can mention the different test cases, and you can validate. So here, what is your task? Let me tell you your task. So here I have explained you the meaning of this assert. Okay, here I have like introduced you this PyTest basically. If you don't know about it, you can go and check with my previous series also. So just check with a couple of session. In the starting itself, I have explained you about this CI and this talks and this like continuous integration and all, each and everything. You can take a reference from that class, and you can take a reference from that GitHub repo also. And I think you got to know the meaning of this assert also. So based on a method, we just have to validate the conditions, right? We just have to validate the condition. Now inside your code, inside your workflow, whatever conditions, okay, you think like there is like a different condition related to different component. So let's say you are getting a data where inside the artifact. So you can mention, you can create one condition that if this folder is available inside this directory, then only my test case is going to be passed. Otherwise, it's not going to be passed. Obviously, if we don't have any sort of a folder here inside this ingestion one, right? So my pipeline is not correct. My pipeline is not correct. If we have a folder, if we are getting a folder here inside the data ingestion, then yes, it is perfect. That is what I'm saying to you. So what you need to do here, in the test, in this integration, in the like integration.py and this unit test.py, you need to mention those conditions, and you have to validate it by using the assert. This is your first thing. Now the second thing is what? You need to define the talks here and the CI, continuous integration workflow. And whenever you are pushing the code, see, already I have defined the continuous already I have written a continuous integration over here. If you will look into this workflow folder now, so see main.yaml. So inside this main.yaml, if you will look into this main.yaml, see I already defined the job, this one. Now just scroll down and see, here I'm just printing the message, that's it. But here what you can do, tell me here what you can do. You can copy the workflow from where, from the ci.yaml. I think I shown you the repository. You can copy it from there and you can paste it over here, this particular workflow. Or otherwise you can create a new file, ci.yaml. You can create a multiple file over here. By mistake I created this notebook folder, but I think it should be outside of it, so I can drag and drop basically. Just a second. Oh, it is going over there. Okay, not an issue, I will do it later on. But by mistake I created this notebook folder inside this workflow. So here we have this main.yaml only. And okay, let me do it, otherwise you will be confused. Just wait. So what I can do, here is my workflow. Where is my workflow, guys? Workflow. Mhm. So I hope guys this thing is clear, that how to write the test cases. If it is clear, then please do let me know. And if you are going to follow it, if you are going to do it, then please give me a quick thumbs up. And I shown you the code also. You can take a reference of this MongoDB connector package, which I have created in my previous class, this one. So see, this is the talks file, and here is a complete CI workflow, complete integration workflow, this one, ci.yaml. So please take a reference from here. Please try to paste it over there and try to write a different test cases. Clear, guys? Yes or no? Tell me, is it fine for all of you? If it is clear, then please do let me know so that I can conclude this session. And yeah, tomorrow basically let's see whether I'm going to take it or not. Otherwise I will start one more project from next week onwards. Basically you will get a notification for that, so for you can subscribe the channel. Definitely whenever we are coming up with any new session, you will get a notification for that. So we have completed this deep learning project along with everything. If you want this test cases, then while I will start the next project, at that time I can show you by myself, or else what I can do, if you want it from my side, then otherwise as an assignment, this is your task. Otherwise let's see whether we can schedule for it tomorrow also. Okay, now I hope everything is perfect, so you can take this code and you can execute inside your system. The deployment part is a very important one. I think model building and all, everything we have seen, right? So here is a project where you will find out. Let me show you that. So this is going to be a project, this one, deep learning with Streamlit. Before that, I started, see, this was my repository, the original repository, deep learning project. And here in this one, you will find out the entire code related to the Bento ML. But there was a issue with the Bento ML package. So I stopped with this one, because the building was not happening. Okay, we were not able to build the image. We were not able to build the entire package by using the Bento ML. It was giving some sort of a issue. So what I did, I changed the architecture, means I changed the way basically here for pushing the model and all. So I pushed it to the S3, and then I deployed by using the Docker. So I told you that if you want to map this S3 model with the a Docker container, we can do that also. You can explore about it. In that, we just need to connect the volumes, right? So this S3 with this Docker container, that's it. And we have to install the AWS CLI and all, and we have to mention the username, password, and everything. We have to provide the permission there itself inside the Docker, inside the Docker image, right? So in Docker file, actually, we will mention all the instruction, and then whenever it's going to be create layer by layer, so it's going to take care each and everything. So fine. I hope this part is clear now. One more thing, let me show you. So many people were asking to me about the like projects and also whether we are going to do this type of project or not more in the future, or where if we want to do it in a live class, right? So the different type of project like machine learning, deep learning, generative AI at the single place. So for you guys, we have launched one course. So let me show you that particular course. Just a second, I am going to open that. Once you will go inside the course now, and then data science project, this one I'm not able to click over here. I don't know why, what is the issue. But here, see, this is the course. Let me open it. So go inside the course and click on the data science project rate. Okay, this one, data science projects. You will get a specific segment over there, data science project. Now see, after that you will find out the course. The course name is what? Production ready data science project. Now just go and check with this particular course, and here you can see the curriculum of it. So inside the curriculum, actually we are providing you to each and everything. Means we have 5 modules in total, 5 modules. One one module is dedicated for one single project in a similar fashion, okay, which I am doing in front of you with the extensive like tools and all, right? So with a complete infrastructure, just name the thing and we are including everything over here. Okay, now along with the different concept like continuous training, versioning, tracking, right? Or like this testing. I think everything I've shown you now, right? CICD, Dockerization, Kubeflow is there. So Kubeflow is not a big deal. We can configure that also. We can run it by using the Docker. Everything we can do here itself in the local only. And yeah, so we are doing inside this particular projects. So one project is dedicated for the one project, first project actually it is dedicated to the machine learning. Then the second one, it is dedicated to the deep learning. The third one for the like computer vision, then NLP, and the fifth one related to the generative AI. So you will get all the flavor. So whether you are a beginner or you are a like experienced one, you can take a leverage of this particular project. You will get a like you will get the code as well, the complete source code and all everything, and in the live class we are going to implement that. And yes, with that actually you can understand that how the real time project is being implemented. Okay, so yeah, fine guys, I think I'm done with my session. So please try to practice, guys, and the assignment which I given you related to the testing, please try to do it. In that you just need to mention the test cases, and you need to validate it by using the assert. If you are facing any issue, if you have like any doubt on any sort of a thing, right, you can mention in the comment section. I will look into that. Otherwise you can ask me over the LinkedIn as well. There also I will reply. And yeah, I will start with one more new project, and soon you will get a notification for that. So yeah, thank you guys, thank you very much for joining the session. What is the ML bootcamp starting? ML ops, we don't have any specific okay, so first of all let me show you the date of it. So date is, where is the date, guys? Once you will scroll down, sorry, scroll up, you will get the date and all. Here itself we have mentioned the date. See this one, 17th of Feb. Okay, this is the date. Lokesh, I think you are getting it. I think Chidi is asking. See, this is the date. From 17th of Feb, it's going to be start. We just have only 3 days, right? You can enroll, and this is going to be a weekdays classes. And here you can see the duration also. So instructed lead by me, Bapi, Chris sir, Sudhanshu sir, right? And here is a timing. The timing is going to be from 8 to 11 in weekdays. MWF, M Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Now here you can see. So yeah, there's a complete detail. Just try to check with the website. Every detail we have updated over here. If you have any sort of a doubt or something, you can ask to our team. You can like put your details over here, and then team will contact you immediately. Okay, so here at this particular section we have given you the option for the free consultancy. You can mention your name, number, email, and city, and you will get a call from my team side. So fine. Thank you guys. Thank you for joining the session. Bye bye. Take care. We'll meet you soon in the next live series. So until, thank you. Bye bye. Take care.